to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan, still in town. Just figured to get one more in before I head back.
Yeah, might as well. You know, we're here. Live podcasts, or not live, but in-person podcasts are always the way to go.
Always. If you can do it, do it. It's so much better than Skype.
You know, I went back, I started playing a game that I didn't think. It was one of those games that like you kind of bypassed when it came out. Maybe, it's not that it was really like bad, but it was almost just something you weren't, just didn't feel like that was what you wanted at the time.
I know where this is going, yeah.
Well, I saw it, I was like, you know what, I haven't played this game fucking forever. And that's Star Fox Adventures. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back. You know, I never really even played that game. I want to say that Cisco got that game when it came out, and he played like the beginning part where you're like, Crystal, you haven't even got to Star Fox yet.
The part's like 5 minutes.
It's more than that. It's like 30 plus minutes.
Really? I remember it going by so quickly.
Yeah, it didn't go by either that or it took me a while. But that part, I don't think he got past it. I think he got stuck there. Someone's like, fuck it. Flip the game off.
Or he's like, ew, girls!
Yeah, like, you know, that part of the was like, oh, you check out the foxes. You got tits.
That had to be like, just like, for that, like, where a lot of people found out they were furries. That scene right there.
Yeah. It wasn't before. It's like, it's weird how like it doesn't, for some reason if it's a man it doesn't affect you. It's not like, oh god, look at Star Fox bulge.
If it was, I think if Fox was running around in a loincloth, like then I think like that was a weird artistic direction for this Fox game in space.
Yeah, I guess that is sort of true if that's the case, but it's weird. The men characters are never the ones that do it. Really, what it is, because it's like at about that turn of the century, you got Crystal. But there's other characters as well. You got Rouge. The Bat? Yeah, the Bat. That was another one too where like, especially when you're like a 12-year-old boy, you're like, I'm kind of confused.
Where you're just starting to learn shit and then all of a sudden like, oh, there's a cartoon character that, yeah.
Yeah, it's that odd time you're like, well, Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII's hot, but that makes sense. You know? And then you're like, but Rouge the Bat, it's weird. I don't know what I'm supposed to think here.
Well, I knew that when I saw it, like, all right, that's weird. Why is
like I need a fucking life-size stuffed animal of this thing?
I don't need a pillow. I don't need a body pillow of that. No, it was. I'm sure if you look long enough, you could probably find it.
Remember oh no, you didn't see. I was like at Anime Con, there's like they had like the body pillow things of like anime things. And then there's one like a Ryu, and I was like, dude, I kind of want that Ryu one.
Is it like his like gi is open too?
Yeah, his gi was like open. He was like laying back all like sexy and everything. It was kind of like it's Ryu. It's kind of cool.
You just like plop him on the couch and goes your buddy hanging out with you.
I was like, dude, the Ryu, because there's just a bunch of other like.
It's kind of like how when you go to like Bubba Gump's and there's like a like the mannequin.
Shoes.
Oh, there's like a mannequin of like Forrest Gump there sometimes.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of like just Ryu, like shirtless, sexy Ryu. Next to
leaning
you.
back. It was weird. Then they had a Chun-Li one, but she was like fully clothed. Like, so that almost felt weirder almost.
It seems like they're playing favoritism there.
Yeah, exactly. But no, you have those characters like that, and then you have Crystal and everything too. But that Star Fox Adventure was one of those games, though. It's just like I think when it came out, everybody wanted Star Fox 64 2, or technically by this point Star Fox 3, because you would have had Star Fox 64, and then this would have been the third one. And it is, when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's a very odd choice to go with. The adventure style. You have a game that's pure action. Like, nothing else in it. It's all about being in action. It's all about having movie elements, having, like, the witty dialogue. It's so weird to go, okay, now let's make this a slow-paced adventure game. With puzzles, and solving, and collecting, and British people.
I think there's a way to do it where... Because I remember I rented the game and I had trouble getting into it, and Star Fox is one of my favorite franchises. I think with me... It just seemed like a weird combination. Like I can get behind like a different Star Fox game where it's like, okay, let's do like a Legend of Zelda style adventure game. Mm-hmm. That could be kind of cool. But then it just like not only are you putting Star Fox in that kind of setting, which could work, it's strictly a dinosaur planet. A dinosaur planet? Oh yeah, and there's also a lot of magic. Magic and Star... you know what I mean? It was just like a weird combination of things they all poured together. And they still count that as canon because Crystal is in later Star Fox games.
Well, it's one of those ones like, and I would still count it as canon too. You can tell though that game, because it's the last Rare game to be made for Nintendo, which that's kind of cool historical wise. You know, before Rare went over to Xbox, but you could totally tell that some British bloke was like, "I'm making myself a game. Oh, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna have all kinds of dinosaurs, and I've got my character called Crystal in it." You know somebody's going like
Sure,
that.
he was saying that aloud.
He's like, oh, I'm going to be working at Rare forever. It's going to be the greatest job I'll ever have.
Writing on like his old like tough book, like a '90s laptop tough book or something.
He's like, oh, I'm writing a video game. You know, sorry to say this, Frank, but you can't be writing a fucking video game on that. Oh, what do you mean? I'm doing the programming too. Look at me go.
Just take a little bit of time. A little slow it is.
You get slow. I'm gonna get on the crystal. She's gonna be so hot and sexy. It's gonna make all the 12-year-old boys confused.
It's our revenge for the Revolutionary War. And then it's gonna make all the 12-year-old boys in America confused.
And then it's just like Nintendo like busted in. They're like, "What the fuck you guys doing?"
Like, I like to imagine it. This is Mario with like a hammer slung over his shoulder. Maybe when he just like sits down at the table, sits down on a chair, puts his feet up on a table, starts scratching his balls. Yeah, so let me tell you how it's gonna go down.
Okay, you know what? Dinosaur Planet, gay. But I'm not. Even though I said that, I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to accept it. Okay. Okay. Willing to accept it. You know what? But here's the thing. No fucking kid's gonna buy a game just called Dinosaur Planet with Crystal. Especially since she's like some kind of... You know what? She's a wolf. Nobody wants a fucking wolf. Make her a fucking fox. Make it look like Star Fox. Guess what? You got a Star Fox game. Hey, but I don't think this could be a Star Fox game. I mean, I got no ships or nothing in it. It's not even sci-fi.
Well, it in there. We're Nintendo. We do that.
Yeah. Just slap some R-Wings in there. You know what I mean? Fucking put Star Fox in there. He's got to save the planet.
Andros comes in at the very end, wrap that shit all up. We killed Andros like 3 times. Yeah, well, it came back again. I don't know how.
Yeah, fuck it. We can't think of another villain for Star Fox, apparently.
The Aperoids.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you could do, but Andros is like... That's my only kind of like slight complaint is Andros is in like pretty much almost every Star Fox game. Like, the Wii U one, that game's really fucking awesome, but my only kind of complaint is like, dude, just make it like a brand new Star Fox game. Quit kind of like slightly rehashing it. Mm-hmm. You know, don't make Andros the final boss. You know, I mean, we've seen that before.
That's why I actually give Star Fox Assault credit. I mean, the villains sucked, but the Aperoids were something new. And
Star Fox Assault's all new. That's what makes that game like really good.
Well, even the opening boss, Oikini, his ship takes form of like kind of like an Andros battle.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And that's kind of like, all right, we're saying goodbye to this. Then Star Fox Zero comes around.
Yeah,
same thing.
And Zero is like one of those ones. Like, it's a great game, but like my only slight complaint is like, dude, what the fuck? Just why is this not a brand new Star Fox game? Like, what the heck? Like, it's one of those ones. It's not like it's like a remake, and it's not like it's that, because all the levels are completely different. It's just the story's kind of the same old story that we've seen multiple times. Star Fox 1, it's like Star Fox is one of those weird games that they just keep remaking. Star Fox 64 is a remake of the original one. Then Zero's kind of a remake of that one. Then you could almost even say there's a remastered version on 3DS. That's not really the same thing, but...
Is Nick, Max, what was
Fox is one of ours!
Was that
Bill?
Bill. Is he in it?
Alien mothership approaching.
Whoa, brah.
Fox! I haven't seen you in a long time. I can't remember the other one.
He almost sounds just kind of like, just like, hey, Bill, how you doing? I don't know, man. I just woke up in the ship.
Woke up?
Just wake and bake, bro. You know how it is.
Yeah, you're just in here.
Just here, you just like, it's like, anyways, I was saying, I was trying to do a bong noise, can't do it.
Yeah, that sounded fucking weird. That just...
It sounded weird. He's just sucking cock in the cockpit.
I sound like...
I was trying to do... Okay, fucked up. Went down there, I was trying to do a bong noise.
I don't know what the fuck. Like, maybe he's doing like a beer bong. I'm not too sure what he's going for. It looks like it got everywhere.
Yeah, didn't pan out.
But that's where I almost give kind of Star Fox Adventures sort of credit, though. It is a brand new story. It's a total continuation of Star Fox 64, because I like when it gets to Star Fox. It's like they're literally just sitting in like the ship and stuff, and like, fucking Slippy's sitting there like working on, I don't know what, like a fucking like electronic of some sort, and then there's just heavy metal music playing and everything like that, and Peppy's like writing a map like, Fox, could you turn the fucking music down? And he's like, fucking old man, my fucking ship. He comes around, he's like smoking a cigarette or something like that. And then they just get to the point where they're like, whoa, you haven't had a fucking job since 64.
They should have like leaned heavier on that, like he's been out of work for a while, Like no one wants to work with him.
Well, they did.
And
That's what it's like. They've been out of work for like 10 years. It's something like that. Like,
but they don't. Do they play heavily into it though? Like, oh, we're really stretching for money right now.
well, probably probably General Pepper comes along. Like, well, yeah, Fox. Remember at the end of the game when it said how much it fucking cost for you to do this? It's like the Lilat system's been broke ever since. Yeah, we got rid of the monkeys. Those goddamn fucking apes.
Pepe's thinking back in the war.
It's like Fox,
You weren't there.
Fox is like,
Pepe,
hey, I mean, I know you like to be like, you know, against these apes here, but you know what? We're friends with the apes now, and you gotta accept it. Fuck the apes! I fucking hate them!
I hate them all.
I hate them with their loud music and their bright colored outfits. Bunch of porch monkeys they are.
It's got dark quick.
It's like General Pepper, come down. The war is all over. It's like not fucking over. It's still there every day.
This is what your father fought and died for.
Your father hated apes with a passion.
You never knew. You didn't know him. I did.
You don't have to deal with those monkey slingers as much as we did. Fucking banana throwing motherfucker.
Like that's where he just walks over to Slippy's. Is like, did you give him his medication?
He's on medication. Oh, fucking Slippy. Fucking Slippy. Where's Falco when we need him? Oh,
That's where he's just like, all right, Pepe. Just reaches into like a cabinet. It's like, no, like, come on, man, come on, just shaking like a bottle. You know, it's good for you. Like, don't fucking do it. Like Slippy holds him down. Like,
punches him in the face. Like, bah, bah. Like he's getting fucking into it. Like,
do a barrel roll out of this, motherfucker. He just like jammed like
pulls his mouth down. Like starts pouring these pills.
It's like shh, just cover his mouth. Just like shh, you know.
And then they just set Pepe Buck up in his chair. He's just like drooling out. Like he's just fucking like out there now.
I'll knock him out for a day and a half.
He's better when he's like this.
Yeah, it's not so full of hate and racism.
Him and General Pepper, when they get on the comm together, it's just like a bunch of bitter old fucks.
It's like you can't. Plus, that's the reason why you keep them separated. They can't be in the war room together because then every time they almost start a coup. Like, oh, you know what? We got all these buttons right here that are equal to like missiles and shit. We can just bomb them all right now. We can just fucking end it. Yeah, we can.
Remember the good old days? Remember back in the day when you had your white picket fence out and you didn't see anybody else but rabbits and dogs?
Fuck yeah! High five each other. Okay, Pepe, it's time to go. Don't you fucking okay, Pepe me, you cocksucker!
Once those fucking apes came to town and their low-riding spaceships. It's just like, oh god, the medication's not even working.
Just literally like a art wing with like a paint job just comes by.
I draw.
No. It just goes by.
I just like how they get kind of like that, but it's funny. It's like go save this dinosaur planet because you know what? Maybe this will get you some money. It's like Fox, like, oh, fuck it. It's almost like it's Cowboy Bebop. Like they're all like floating around out there. And they're like
just waiting for a job to stumble by.
Yeah, almost. And I like how like when Fox finally lands on the dinosaur planet, he's like, General Pepper, why can't I bring a fucking gun? He's like, well, Fox, every time you get into something, it just becomes a shoot happy gun fest, and the next thing you know, a planet blows up, and I gotta foot the bill. Fuck you too, General Pepper. Fox out.
This is the one that kind of established Fox. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, even like in Assault, he was a little bit more of a. I mean, I didn't play Dinosaur Planet that much, but Assault, he was a little bit more of kind of like, not like, oh, I'm too old for this shit, but a little bit more of kind of like sarcastic and kind of irritated. This is the one, though, where I think he was just kind of like, I'm in it for the money, man. I was a hero once. What good did it do me?
It's weird. They almost give him like a Sonic personality in this game. That's kind of how it feels.
Really? Kind of like, come on, bro. Let's like kind of like that.
That, but he's more like, fuck it. I guess I gotta save the day.
Sonic always seems like he's up for it. Like he's looking forward to it. Maybe in Sonic Boom he's different, but I know in regular
No,
Sonic...
not Sonic Boom.
I know in Sonic Boom he seems like he's kind of like tired of it, but like just from what I've seen of the show. But Sonic always seems like he's very energetic. Like, all right, man, let's save the day. Come on.
Well, yeah, he's always kind of like that, but just like I don't know what it is. It kind of has that Sonic feel, but maybe it's just because it's that same time period where like Sonic Adventure came out and everything.
Yeah, it could be around that time.
But well, yeah, it's 2001.
Yeah.
Or two. I think this game is 2002. But
is this the last hurrah of like old school like video game animal characters?
It's not the last hurrah of it.
Close to it.
There's definitely a couple more.
I know there's more games that came out since then. But
well, it's kind of like those kind of video game like animal characters.
Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, it's like they literally all died like when like the PS3, Xbox 360 era came. I mean, I know there's something that if you look, you can find them, but like it seemed like that big period was almost like N64, PlayStation, Saturn, and then PlayStation, Dreamcast, or PS2, Dreamcast, Xbox, and GameCube, and like that was like where that big moment of stuff was. And this game too, it's like I put a couple hours in this game so far. I've actually played it, and like it actually takes like first I was like, oh man, I'm making good progress, and then I did one of the temples. The fucking temple took like 2.5 fucking hours to do. It was like, what? It's like it's not like it was really hard, but it was like Jesus Christ, is this fucking long?
Does it try to do like a You have Tricky, a little like dinosaur thing.
Yeah, Tricky's like, I'm the prince, I'm here. It's like, no, you're my fucking dog. That's what you are to me. You fucking Triceratops one-piece motherfucker. He's like, stop, Fox! Don't put your cigarettes in my eye. Do whatever the fuck I want. He's just like throwing like.
This is like every night before they go to sleep. He just has to wait for Fox to get drunk enough. Once he gets drunk enough, he just passes out.
But it's weird because like you have Tricky and it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of a cool concept because like he like searches out for treasure. He like digs holes. You have to feed him mushrooms, space rooms.
What if he just puts him to sleep, just knocks him out?
No,
pisses himself.
Well, then he goes like, if he doesn't have food, he's like, I'm hungry, Fox. And then you like feed him, he's like, I'm full. You're like, shut the fuck up, Trixie.
Just like I remember if there's something like, even though he could do it, sometimes he's like, I'm not gonna, because they wanted you to find some other item, even though like, motherfucker, I know you can fit in there, I know you can do that, just fucking do it. Not gonna, no. Yeah, that's right. Just wish you get the option. Just to, like,
I don't remember that part yet.
There's one part where I tried to give him some command and he wouldn't do it, and it was something that I know he could have done, but the game wanted me to go off and find something else before I went to this area. And I just remember just being like, motherfucker, just want to like just jam like, motherfucker, you're going in there. You're fucking going in there. You this fucking hole. Fucking gonna fit. I don't give a fuck if you're royalty. That's where you just like have that Lion King moment, like, long live the king. Just shove him off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, fuck, now I need him to dig a hole for me later on. I ain't gonna fucking dig this hole myself. Fucks. Gotta have higher standards.
Yeah.
It's a monkey's job. I mean, that's what my father would have said.
I'm not my father.
Fuck, you try so hard. You know what I mean? Like, me and Falco cruised around for 10 years looking for space coke to get those memories out of our mind.
I still like the idea of our prequel game that we played.
The real, like when we had the Star Fox Zero before Star Fox Zero came out.
Yeah.
Where it was like a 70s film almost.
Like a 70s, like Easy Rider. Like,
it was like Peppy and like Star Fox Dad.
Yeah, and you'd have to end up training Fox as his dad died.
Yeah.
And you'd be his Peppy.
And they were out there. They're just doing drugs like it was like those characters like in the Heavy Metal movie, like the whole time, like no matter where they're going in space. It was, like,
it was just more than like after the war. It was almost kind of like Born on 4th of July. They just went on like a drug and pussy bender,
and like space Mexico.
Yeah, just to get away, just to make it all go away from the war.
See, like in 4th of July, there's a part in it. Like I know it's like not intentionally to be funny, but I just can't help but laugh. But when they're in Mexico and Tom Cruise and Willem Dafoe are having a wheelchair fight, oh my god, like. That's how you should sell the movie. Tom Cruise, Willem Dafoe, wheelchair fight. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta see this.
I just would have loved the part because I don't know if he was nominated for that picture, but I can imagine possibly nominated. I know this isn't the clip they chose, but if they chose the clip where it's just like, and Tom Cruise for Born on 4th of July, penis, 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 big fucking erect penis. You know? Don't say that word!
That would be worth losing your job for if you were the guy working the TV booth on that. Like, that would be such a good moment.
They're just the part like, I can't use my penis, Mom, don't say that word. Penis! Penis, penis!
That's, I mean, Born on the 4th of July is one of the movies that's supposed to be like, it's sad. You know, it's like Vietnam. You got fucked when you went over there. Now you came back disabled. But it's just like, you can't help but laugh. I don't know what it is. It's like fucking Tricky and fucking Star Fox. I like how in Star Fox though, how like
Welcome. So yeah, Fourth of the 4th of July is kind of like Star Fox.
well, one thing that makes me laugh at that game is I like how like there's those dinosaurs and they're sleeping on the ground and everything is like nighttime. It's like, dude, I need to fucking talk to you. So you just like start smacking them on the head with your fucking like staff.
Wake the fuck up! I'm with royalty here.
Yeah, wake the fuck up and do my shit. The one thing that gives that game away real quickly that it's like totally a British game though, because all the other Star Fox games are not Rare games. They're all Nintendo. I think they're mostly Nintendo, except for some of the later ones. But it's like every character other than like the Star Fox crew is all like British and like super British accents.
Mm-hmm.
The Stone guy's got like a Scottish accent. All the dinosaurs and bad guys all do.
There's the one salesman like, no, that's too low. Okay, I'll sell it to you. There's that guy.
Yeah, there's that guy who's fucking annoying too. Which I realize do not do the low prices all the time, or then you could never get them again. That's what happened to me.
Like, no cheapskates allowed here. Like that whole thing.
No, not that. Well, yeah, not that, but like, sometimes like he says he's selling it for like 20 scarabs, and you like mark it down to like 17. He's like, okay, I'll take that. And then you do that again and again, and then after a while he doesn't do that anymore. He's like, it's like, no, you pay the fucking full price, you cheap motherfucker. But the one thing that's weird, this is like something I've noticed in just Rare games that are like the adventure ones. Not just like any Rare games like GoldenEye or something like that, but the adventure ones. And I don't know if it's like a British thing more than anything else. I know I'm basing this all off like Rare stuff. But it feels like there's always like almost too much talking sometimes. Like, perfect example is that salesman guy. It's like he talks way too much for like, I just need to fucking buy this shit and get it over with.
You can't skip the scene.
Yeah, and it's like, one of the worst offenders of it is Conker's Bad Fur Day. That game's like, talk about a lot of dialogue that you can't skip. I mean, when you try to skip it, Conker's like, you can't skip that. You haven't seen it yet. You fucking cunt. It's like, shut the fuck up, Conker, before I come in that game and strangle your fucking drunk ass.
He'd probably get turned on by it.
I know, he probably would be like, oh, you strangled me hard.
How fucked up that game gets.
But that game, though, it's like, I mean, like, even just the beginning, it's like, I'm a junkie, and I'm something like that, because I'm Conker, and I have a lift. And it's just like, okay. And then he's like having that talk. And it's just like, you're like waiting for the fucking game to start. It's like, what the fuck is
They probably just watched a lot of South Park, and they're probably just going with that. And like,
but South Park's not. South Park's
not the
fast
game,
paced.
not the game, but I mean, just like, I mean, I could see them possibly just saying, like, let's make like almost something that's more like cinematic than a game.
Well, I think that's what they're going for, is cinematicness. Because, well, I mean, that game it's just like Gex 3 or whatever, where they all have like the movie kind of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because Conker has the Matrix in there, which when you think about it, like, dude, that game came out in 2000. As Matrix came out in 99. It's like, dude, that's like real close. Though.
Maybe they had something pretty close to it. They just, if we just change the color right here and make some numbers kind of go up and down right here, we could probably make that look like Matrix.
Well, then they have like Saving Private Ryan and everything in there, and all kinds of like references. But I just noticed that it's like also the Star Fox Adventure. Like when people talk, it's like there's almost like it feels like unedited dialogue. Like somebody wrote out a script but never wrote a second draft, and they just left in like all those words. And I think in video games, it's like you almost need to get a little bit more straight to the point. There's a time and a place to have your nice cutscenes.
Don't tell it to Hideo Kojima.
Well, that's different because that's like once again that's a time and a place, and it's not. Those ones don't feel unedited. Strange enough, like these ones, it's like you're just trying to get regular information, and they got the characters that just talk like they give you like way too long of details for what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like some guys like he's trying to tell you to get a lantern, but he tells it to you in like 6 or 8 different like sentences. When it's like you could have told me that in one sentence. That's all I have to say. One sentence. You know what I mean?
But Spencer, they're trying to do world building. They're trying to make you feel like you're there, man.
Well, it doesn't make me feel like I'm there. It just makes me feel like these British guys have nothing better to do but talk to me, and I'm trying to save this fucking dinosaur planet. I'm fucking Fox.
What if you just have this? If this came out like around the same time as like Mass Effect, like put cigarette out in his face
Well,
mid sentence.
Mass Effect would be like way later, but
Yeah.
this would have been like.
I know it would have been way later. I'm just saying, just giving you the option.
Oh yeah, I like that kind of stuff, but I don't know. It's just funny how that kind of game is. But it's still pretty cool though. I was pretty impressed with it so far. Like I've actually liked it more than I probably would have liked it as a kid, which is odd. Even though,
Sometimes it takes that kind of thing. I remember I appreciated Wind Waker way more later in the line.
oh yeah, that's another game too that I really like more. And it's weird. I feel like the older I get, the less I'm actually into mature games, and the more I become into like E-rated games. Like now I look forward to like, oh cool, I'm gonna go and play Star Fox Adventure, like And I think it's just that thing. I mean, you can see the kids of nowadays. You know what I mean? No matter what, every kid, you almost feel like you wish they're playing Sonic and Mario. But you know, at 13 years old, you want the most mature rated fucking shit.
I see because like not too far away from my job, there's like a lot of kids going by on field trips, and I see a lot of Mario and Sonic shirts still. But at the same time, though, I think that it's one of those things.
Now,
like,
how old are these kids?
Like these are probably like kids that are probably like
under 10 or below, or over 10.
Like somewhere between 10 and below. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit different. Over 10 is kind of where I'm just kind of wondering, like that kind of like 10 to like 15.
No, I think that's where you get kind of jaded. Maybe
and that's where you get the point like, I need to have, because I mean, like I remember when we were at that age, it was like Devil May Cry, Grand Theft Auto, Resident Evil.
Well, also keep in mind, like for not to just kick Sonic in the balls here, but just keep in mind when we were kids, like what we grew up on are pretty well renowned games. They're games that aged pretty well. Mm-hmm. What a lot of kids would go back now though would like. Sonic Heroes. I mean, I enjoy the game. Would that be age as well? Would a kid could be able to have as fond a memory? You know what I mean? Is there as much?
I can enjoy Sonic Heroes, but
you get what I'm saying though, because like there's something classic about the original 4, and I'm wondering if a kid can go back and really enjoy Sonic Heroes now, because there's something that about like side scrollers back then that it's hard to capture today. You know?
Well, you can still side scrollers still get captured well. I think it's the platformers of like. The 64 PlayStation.
That's
Saturn
that weird era. That's kind of like because I'm saying like it's a very distinct feel. Like even if you have like some indie game that's made to look like an 80s or a 90s game, there's still a very distinct feel to it. And I'm not sure if a kid would grasp onto that as much as we did, but there's something about it. There's a very classic thing. Like you'll still see pixelated Sonic stuff or pixelated Mario stuff, like on clothing and whatnot.
But you don't see like Sonic from like Sega Saturn. Like you don't see that era.
You don't see that era Sonic. There's not much of it, but yeah. And I'm wondering if even Sonic Adventure is still like we grew up with it, but I'm wondering if Sonic Adventure is something that like kids can look because it jumps so far in the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, because that's the thing. It's like that 64
like is that
PlayStation
a character kids
area,
outgrew and just they moved on to Assassin's Creed or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I think it was almost like by the time the Super Nintendo and all that kind of stuff was like that was where like the experimentation was kind of like done. It's like, oh, we got this stuff fucking dialed in, and then it's almost like right when you got the 64 and Saturn and PlayStation, it was like, okay, now we're back to experimenting again. It's almost like because I'll say this like I like the regular Nintendo, but that system to me has never been like. Oh, I've never been like, oh my fucking god, regular Nintendo.
Great, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of games I like for it, but it doesn't stand up to me like a Super Nintendo or a Genesis does.
Yeah, same here.
And that's not saying that it's like, oh, it's because it's older and that was like, I played that system way early on, just like Atari and all that things, and I got, great fond memories of it. But I think, because, there's certain people that's like, oh, the fucking regular Nintendo, that was fucking it, and I think that's probably like, almost like the 80s kid more than anything else.
I feel like it's one of those things where, like, regarding that, I think going back to what I said about the side scrollers, I feel like I said earlier, I think since I'm wondering if kids would really have as much attachment to that like 80s pixelated kind of thing as we did, you know what I mean, or 90s pixelated stuff.
Well, yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if something like Sonic, or Mario, we can look back on fondly. Firstly, Mario still makes good games. Sonic games, new ones aren't as always that great, but the older games are great. So we kind of have that. Next generation. I'm not sure if they're going to look back on something like Sonic Adventure as fondly. So I'm wondering, is their nostalgia going to run out, or are they going to hold on to something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think it depends on how retro they are or anything like that. Because, it's like, I'll play something like, perfect example, I'll bring it back to Star Fox Adventures. Like, when I throw that game up on the TV with the HD cables and everything like that, it looks pretty good to me. Like, that generation doesn't look old. Where, you throw some 64 games up and you're like, oh, yeah, they were pushing that 64 as hard as can be, and that system was almost not meant to be sort of what it was.
Yeah.
So I feel like that sort of is like, some games, I mean, not saying that PS2 games can't hold up. There's, definitely some of them that aren't as good as you kind of remember maybe. But for the most part, I think a lot of those games are like, they hold up fine enough. I mean, maybe that's just because I'm older. I can appreciate it more. You probably get one of the, the younger kids, they always seem to have the kind of problem. They're like, frame rate issues, like visibility, all that stuff seems to bother them. Where it's like back in the day, I guess we were just grateful for having shit.
Yeah, because frame rate's the thing that I didn't really hear about until about probably like maybe 8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's really like a modern kid thing. Like frame rate never bothered me. Like to me, it's like, oh, that just means the game goes in slow motion and I can get more time to think. Like
I was so used to having a game slow down the second there's a bunch of enemies on the screen. That's what
it became second nature.
That almost kind of gave you a minute to plan everything out, like in Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, it was almost better when the game slowed down because then you're like, oh, okay, I can figure this stuff out. Only now is it like a problem.
I remember like a time when I was to bring it back to sort of rare. There's a time I was. Jet Force Gemini was a total power trip because that game there'd be moments where you just run in there and they can get away with the T rating because it was all like blue and green blood.
It was like one of the most violent games. It was more violent than Resident Evil, more violent than like anything else at the time.
Just running through a crowd of these aliens. The machine gun was always the best weapon. Never, no other weapon was always as good as the machine gun. You run to, and then I remember there's one guy pulls a grenade out, and I remember it was just like one of the most like. I was just so proud of the smoke. I turned around and just like his machine gun ran out, I just pulled a pistol, shot the grenade right in his hand, it explodes, the whole group just exploded,
Body
and
parts
had that slow frame rate thing, so I got a moment to intake the glory.
Yeah.
I remember if I was in the game, I remember I literally just screamed like, ah! Like the lawyer, like, I am a god of death! My dad's like, shut the fuck up!
Got the broom smacking like the ceiling. But yeah, it's just one of those ones like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, it's like nostalgia. That's why I can go back and play those. Like, I really want to sit down and play Jet Force Gemini. Ever since I got it on the Xbox One, like the remastered version, it looks so fucking awesome.
Is there a co-op thing in that?
They don't have co-op. That's like the only thing that game would have been so amazing for co-op. Mm-hmm. I just remember when the 64 came out, like I used to think like, dude, so many of these games would be so much better if co-op. Like I always thought GoldenEye, dude, co-op. That's what I think that's why I like Perfect Dark so much, is because it's like it had the co-op in there. It had all the cool fun things you could do. You know, actually the other day, because we kept mentioning it, it was like that Rainbow Six game that was for 64. I'm like, I gotta figure out what this is like, because this is one of those games that's like, I remember Rainbow Six on PC, but it's like, what the fuck was the 64 version like?
That image would be very rough.
And I went to play it, and it had co-op in it too, which was like, oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. I kid you not, that game actually played way better than I thought it did. It's totally of the time. I mean, like, it definitely looks old, but I will say this, it is not unplayable. It is definitely still holds up. It was odd.
IGN, 7 out of 8.
Yeah, it was just
7 out of 10.
I was just
playable.
Like, I was like, this Rainbow Six one, like, it was working perfectly. Like, they had it where, like, you kind of had, you know, the makeup for the 64's kind of controls. You had sort of like an auto aim, which is totally fine by me, because that game's already, you know, you come around a corner, there's just some guy shoots you. It's like, oh, your guy's dead. Send the next guy in. Mm-hmm. But, like, it was pretty good. I was pretty impressed. I went all the way to the point till one hostage died, and it was like, oh, you gotta restart the level? Fuck this shit. Well, they had that old-fashionedness there.
That thing. Going back to like about kids playing like old and new games, I remember
fucking kids playing the new games and the
I remember, like I said earlier, like a bunch of kids go on field trips go by where I work all the time, and I remember one time hearing these kids, a lot of times actually, kids talking about like Assassin's Creed or Dark Souls or something like that, and part of me just gets like, you're all too young for that shit. Then I find out that I think, oh wait a minute. We were playing Mortal Kombat and Twisted Metal and
all kinds of. And well, to me, I'm one of those ones like, I'd be that kind of person. Like, I always kind of hate when people get to this point where like, I don't want my kid to see this like rated R movie. Like they're fucking like 10 years old.
It wasn't one of those things like, it wasn't one of those things kind of like, oh, I'm objectifying a kid playing this, but it was more of like a just kind of surprised, like, you guys got a hold of that, but at the same time thinking like, oh, when we were kids, we somehow got a hold of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was much more difficult for us to get a hold of stuff back in the day.
Plus, it makes more sense because this next generation played video games, so you know, so.
So yeah, give or take on how old the parents are.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like one of those ones like, I always feel like one of those ones like, I want to be that guy. It's like, here you go, kid, take this fucking rated R game or a rated R movie or something, fucking enjoy it. Like, you're
the guy leaving like the box of pornos out in the woods for the kid to find.
Exactly. Be like, Billy, go back to your treehouse. Go there at midnight. There'll be something in there for you.
Opens it up. Da-na-na-na. A hustler from 77.
Oh, why are the pages all stuck together?
That is a lot of bush.
But, I don't know. I like going back in those games. And things like Star Fox, that thing's pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed with that. I kind of wanted the Star Fox. Then I bought Assault afterwards. I'm like, why the fuck did you just buy that? Like, I just wanted to one-up somebody on eBay, but I was like, I haven't played this game since it came out.
Assault's a better game than Adventures.
Well, Assault's like probably one of the best. Other than Star Fox 64, I'd probably say Assault's the second best Star Fox game.
A lot of people would scream blasphemy, but I agree.
Who would scream blasphemy? What else is there? What's better than that one?
Well, let me put it this way. A lot of people just hate it when you like give that game credit just because they did the whole you could hop out of the ship and run around. Like I heard, it's like Sonic Adventure 2. Like people say the only good levels are like the Sonic and Shadow levels, which they're not far off. I mean, there's...
That is kind of true, but...
I'll say that the Robotnik and Tails one is just kind of moving through the motions, no real thought process. The Knuckles and Rouge ones can be fun. It's just when they put you in a giant, like, area that's impossible. Like, the first couple, okay, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, when you get farther in the game, and then they become, like, 2 hours looking for fucking jewels in the ground.
20 minutes in the same, like, 5-foot proximity looking for the same thing. No. But yeah, they just like look, you just slightly move the camera. Oh, it's fucking right there, you know?
But still, I just think the idea of screaming blasphemy that you would say Star Fox Assault's the second best Star Fox, I'm like, I'm not saying it's the best, it's the second best. It's like, really, what, it's like...
People say the 64 one, the original.
The Super Nintendo? No, it's way better than the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo one's cool, don't get me wrong, I like
a testing ground.
But yeah, it's not like the greatest, you know? And then I'd probably say Star Fox, the Wii U one. That's probably like the next best one, but I don't know, I like them all. Even the Star Fox, the DS one.
Assault was attempting to have a little bit more story to it also.
Yeah, it had more story to it, had more elements to it. I like the ground mission. There's really nothing... Other than, the one thing I just always kind of hate is when you're like, you know, we mentioned this before, but like, where you're like running down below, you're like on foot shooting things, and then it's like Slippy's like, Fox, I need help in the sky! And you're like...
Of course you do. If it's Slippy, I just let him die, because he's not going to help me either way.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything that's going to help out, so... Well, the one that actually had, like, seemed like it was going to be really awesome, but then just like, oh, that's what this bullshit is... was like the DS one, because that one was like, oh, it's a strategy game, but which I can deal with that. But the thing is, you got a little like 40-second window to kill these guys, or you got a 40-second window to go to fly through these hoops and then go through that. Just like, dude, just let me kill these motherfuckers.
It was like mini games. It was kind of
and it was just like no, and like there's different ways to go about it. And the enemy in that was like apparently there's like an underwater kingdom in Venom. So after Andros was dead, these guys rose up. Like that's an interesting idea. And had multiple endings, and there's one where Fox and Crystal broke up. There's one where Crystal goes to work for Star Wolf and whatever. Mm-hmm. So it seemed like it could be something, but then at the same time, though, it just the little mini game thing was just fucking.
It should have just been a straightforward Star Fox.
Yeah, game. Or you could even do the little strategy game element to it, but just don't have like. Here's 40 seconds to kill these bad guys. Yeah, 40 seconds to fly through this little like hoop and back and kill this thing.
Yeah, that's always kind of goofy. I like how in Star Fox Adventure, because you have like all your comrades and you sort of like call them for help. Like Peppy's like your map guy. Colonel Pepper just kind of gives you your stats. And then Slippy, like, but when you click on Slippy, it gives you the tips, but it's kind of like, you got fucking stuck, Fox? You need my help? It's like, shut the fuck up, Slippy. He's like, oh, you just couldn't do it on your own because you're a fucking idiot, right? Like, shut the fuck up, Slippy. Don't make me...
Look who needs the help now!
Slippy, if I was there, I'd slap the fucking shit. But you're not! And they kind of changed Slippy's voice. They really want you, instead of having like the fuck, where you're like, oh, because
I'm Slippy. Kind of like that, right?
It's more like, it's more kind of like how I was doing it. Like, hi, my name's Slippy.
Okay.
So it makes it more like a boy, sort of, I want to say. Because, as a kid, you just think it's a girl the entire time. When somebody tells you that's a boy, you're like...
I don't remember which one there was.
Fuck, that's a boy?
Peppy's like, I almost fucked that thing.
He's like, yeah, there was one time, me and Fox and Falco were out drinking one night, and we're like, dude, who do you think's going to tell you the girl? They're like, oh, dude, that girl's fucking gross. I bet you drink enough beers, you'll be fucking the shit out of that thing. Like, I am.
You're on! They all just start chugging. First one to fuck her loses.
That's the thing. It's a drinking game where, like, you lose once you get so drunk that you end up fucking a toad.
Dude, it's a fucking dude. Oh, you're gay! You fucking fag!
It's the military. They would be doing that. You know it.
They just high five. It's okay. It's okay. Get over here. Let me hug you. No homo. Ah!
Fucking homo need a hug, too. Your father hugged me like that, too, because he's fucking gay!
I guess we know who we got it from, right, Fox? My dad's fucking dead. Yeah, you know what his last words were? Long, 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 long. And
you ever wonder why Andros only has hands and a face left? I just wish they'd make more Star Fox. I'm kind of afraid because since Star Fox Wii U didn't do so well, I guess, probably nobody has fucking Wii U's as much. It's like one of those ones that's like, they're going to do that thing. They're like, we spent so much time working on this game. That game didn't do so good.
Why is Donald Trump the representative of Nintendo?
Well, after I got,
After
impeached, I got a job at Nintendo promoting stuff.
Everyone loves it. It's fantastic. They just give him a Mario hat to hide that stupid fucking hair.
Like pops out the sides. He's got a Wario hat. He would totally have the Wario hat.
Or it's like the Mario hat from like Super Mario Odyssey. The eyes pop up and gets away. Like, you get back here, you motherfucker. Just
chasing after it. Like, I was once president. You gotta do what I said. I'm gonna be president
over here, I'll
of
grab you by the
Nintendo of
pussy.
America.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like, Trump, get away from that statue of Peach. I'm just trying to grab some pussy here.
Yeah.
I know I can get up this dress.
I know I know that's an old thing by now, but I'm sorry, it never gets old to me.
Yeah, but I don't know.
The president said, grab him by the pussy.
It's okay. Bound to happen.
I mean, Bush probably said that too, but at the same
Probably
time,
everybody said that.
everybody said it, but like Obama's like
Grandma pussy.
grab him by the pussy. Come on,
Come on.
Michelle, we'll grab him by the pussy.
Michelle, do it.
Come on, Michelle. What's wrong?
This is what I'm into. I just sit here and watch you do it.
Yeah, you know that. You know that's why you married me. Come on now.
Do you think that... Okay, remember that, Nixon thing where, they all have that in, California? They go out in the woods and get hammered for, a week or so. And it's
Wearing,
a super
goat heads and someone starts
Yeah, it's like a
fucking...
super Republican convention. Do you think they're going to send Trump to that?
I'm not sure, because I wouldn't surprise me if he's already been to that, because it's not just Republican.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. It's like...
It's not just Republican, it's just, very wealthy, rich people. Isn't that what it mainly is?
Well,
Just
it's more of a Republican side, though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's not a liberal thing whatsoever.
Okay, well...
So you wouldn't see, the Kennedys there, let's just say that.
I mean, I could see them probably, that's I just double check. There's the thing where, I'm just guessing they probably do this. They chop off a goat's head, jerk off in the neck or whatever, and then,
And get super hammered.
hey, it's super hammered. Just kind of a
And
bunch
Ronald
of...
Reagan, will dance around and...
It's just a bunch of guys just get naked and just fuck around in the woods, right?
Well, pretty much, it sounds like the most hippiest thing ever, but what makes it funny is because it's all a bunch of super conservative...
This is, their one time every, 10 years they get it
Yeah,
out.
it's like the Republican Burning Man, almost.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's I could see him already being there. That's maybe the one place where he take his wig off.
He's allowed to take his wig off.
Yeah, he's just no one will talk about it, right? He pulls it off, it's just the fucking brain.
Yeah, it's no, skin whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's like he was scalped at one point and survived. That actually sounds too cool of a story.
I don't know if he doesn't sound... He sounds like too much of a bitch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd probably get a haircut too close when he's like, "You fucking trying to scalp me!" I don't know.
That was painful.
It was kind of painful.
Yeah.
It'd be like getting scalped, I guess.
Yeah.
That's like the facial expressions you make before you that you die.
Go me! I hope that's not the last thing coming out of my mouth before I fucking die.
Or you're a cowboy out fighting some Indians, and they go to scalp you, and you're just like.
Is there any scene?
They might just let you go oh, he's gonna fucking explode or something.
Let this one go, Running Rock. Dark spirits within him.
Yeah,
best
not
stay
to
there.
let them out.
Best they stay there.
Ugh.
What should we call him? Planted flower. For how womanly he is.
Leave him be now. I don't know.
Crying weed.
Crying weed. Ugh. I got tired all of a sudden.
Yeah, I did.
I burnt myself out with that.
Shit, I got nothing for this. I was coming. He's been playing that Star Fox game. So
That's all I had.
Reading this shit.
All I had is Star Fox. Actually, the funny thing about the Star Fox is, okay, there was this pre-workout that Buddy gave me, and it had he gave me a sample, and it was from C.T. Fletcher. I can't remember exactly what it's called. No, wait. It was called Sidewalk Kracka. Kracka. And the flavor was Compton cotton candy.
Oh.
And this stuff right here was made by C.T. Fletcher. Well, it wasn't made by him. But the bodybuilder was promoted. I just picture some bodybuilder in a lab, mixing chemicals.
Compton cotton candy. I think this will sound good.
That's just he's got a whiteboard up there. He's drawing on it. Look at the equation. The glasses. He's just all ripped in this fucking lab jacket.
Right next, other options. Mickey Mouse meth.
Well, this one, okay, and Buddy's all dude, the Ronnie Coleman, yeah, buddy? He's it's even stronger than that. So now we're at this point where like people are going to compete to see who can make pretty much the most legal crack you can get.
This is the thing where you took it and you like fell asleep and woke up like 3 hours later.
Okay, I took it in the morning and I had, got me all super jazzed, and I hadn't had pre-workout for like a week because I was like, I'm just gonna drink tea. I'm gonna like let my body filter a bit and drink fruits and vegetables and see what happens. And going from that, then taking this, it was just like, I had a fucking awesome workout. Fucking amazing. It was just like, okay, this is awesome. I love this feeling. And then like I went to the movie theaters and I was sitting there and I was just like wide-eyed. I'm like, fucking watch Aliens again. Fucking A. Could get some fucking celery and carrots. Oh, it tastes so fucking awesome. And then I was eating like blueberries and they're like, oh my god, these blueberries like taste like Shock Tarts. And then I was like, that thing was still lasting. It was like 5 hours later.
Celery even tastes like Doritos.
And then we were doing the podcast, and I was still jazzed. It was like, it was going on forever. And then I went home, and I'm going to go fucking bed early. So I go to bed at like 9 o'clock. I sleep like 4 hours. I wake up at 12:30, and I get up, I'm like wide awake. No reason to lay here. Like, so I just read like a couple comic books. Then I get up and I work for like 4 hours, like putting together the comic book, getting it all ready and formatted. And then I'm still awake, so I'm like, I'm gonna play some fucking Star Fox. I play it for like 4 hours in the morning, so next thing you know, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm still not even tired. Not tired. Like, I don't know if it wasn't to the point where I was jazzed
And
anymore.
you took this thing in the morning, right?
The day before.
And it still stood with you?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it could have been something else. It could have been just one of those random days where you wake up like that. But all I know is that was the different thing in my
You
daily
just put in the
routine.
Compton cotton candy?
Yeah, the Compton cotton candy.
Does it actually taste like cotton candy, or is it just a clever name?
Well, I mixed it with... I think it tastes really good. I think if you maybe had it with water. I mixed it with, like, the LaCroix, which is mostly what I always do with my pre-workouts because it just tastes fucking awesome. But with that one, it didn't taste nearly as awesome, so I was going to say it didn't have the greatest taste, but I don't know. Probably mixed it with, like, raspberry.
Mixing with LaCroix.
Mm-hmm. I take a fancy French drink, and then I mix pre-workout.
The thing about LaCroix are they... When you say it, like, well, what will you have? A LaCroix. But at the same time, you look at it, it looks like, oh, the off-brand Shasta Cola. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's funny because I think some people get confused, and then like they buy them thinking they are sodas, and then they're like, "Oh, this tastes like shit."
Like, or it's like sparkling water with a hint of cranberry.
Well, because that's what it is.
No, I know. That's what I'm just saying, though. They don't realize that's what it is. It's just, or it's like something like pear flavored. Just weird, random ones.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'll be honest. Look at that box right there. That shit does not look fancy or classy, but it's just the idea. Oh yeah, just like I don't know. I wonder if like we just Americanized it. Like in France, you get that thing in a nice fancy ass bottle with
glass
texture and all that. Like Americans, certainly can. Fuck them. They did not sign the Green Deal. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's probably what it is at the end of the day. But
And that probably happened a little way before the Green Deal, but whatever.
But that pre-workout, that one was amazing. I went to go look for it today, and I couldn't find it. I was sad, and I was like, well, I guess I just have to order off the internet. But I did see they had an Airheads flavored pre-workout, which is just weird. Like it was Airhead or not Airheads, Warheads branded.
So is it just like battery acid you just mix into water?
Pretty much. That's what it probably is. It was sour Warhead flavor. It probably tastes
That's
amazing.
all those things fucking were just like fucking battery acid when you get down to it.
Yeah, they're like so intense. Like I can't imagine what a Warhead's like as an adult. It'd probably like kill you.
I don't even think it was that. Even when I was a kid, I don't think
Because
it
when I was a kid, I could eat like the whole pack like it was going out of style.
Well, I
My
remember
like tolerance
my
for
tongue
sour.
gets swollen if I had too many of them because they'd just be like, because they start off super sour and they get super sweet.
Mm.
And I don't know. I think they're like, the black one's the worst one, man.
Oh, the black one was so good. The like black raspberry or whatever it was.
Yeah, the black one was like, that's the intense one, man. Then for having like, these things aren't nearly as bad as people made them out to be. But at the same time, though, that's kind of smart because you realize we can't sell these things to kids anymore. Parents are too smart. But people who are nostalgic,
Yeah, people who are 30 years old and working out now could buy it and go, oh my god, 90s all over. Dude,
bro, I can't have candy, but I could have a Warheads energy drink.
Dude, they had Warheads protein powder. Now, it wasn't flavored, because I asked the dude, I'm like, dude, is this going to be tasting like Warheads? Like, if there's a Warheads that tastes like, or a protein powder that tastes like Warheads, I'm like, I am kind of down. This sounds so fucking weird.
Do we really want that? It's
I don't
kind of
know.
like when Gatorade put out a protein drink. It was just like, it just sounds weird, you know?
Well, Gatorade one makes sense. I've always thought about this. I mean, like, Gatorade, like, they tried that, but I'm like, I'm surprised Gatorade didn't get more into the supplement market, because, like, they have the name, they have the longevity of being around for fucking ever. And it's like they tried it for a bit, and they're like, didn't work, fuck it.
Well, I know. I guess when I think protein, like drinkable protein, what ultimately comes to mind is like
Chocolate.
milk or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's more forms of protein than that, but I guess that's what comes to mind when I think drinkable protein is milk.
Yeah.
Or jizz if you're in the Castro. But I'm going to say that right there, though, just like Gatorade protein, it just sounded, I had one of those things one time, it just tasted weird. Like, it wasn't bad, but
it wasn't what you're expecting.
it was weird, yeah,
It's
definitely.
acquired flavor for sure.
And then, like, just Warhead protein. I'm just like, what is it? You just, like, do you just grind up meth heads and then just serve them, like, with, like, a lime flavor to it? Or
Well,
what?
I looked at the flavor on there, and it said, like, it was cereal milk. So that just means it's sugar milk. Because that's pretty much all cereal milk is. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's sugar milk.
you finish a bowl of Lucky Charms, and you pour it back in.
That's the best part, is just the sugar milk.
I don't know if that's the best part. I'm always one of those weird people. Like,
You're one of those
I
people
like
you
my
never
cereal
liked-
right off the bat. Like,
You
I don't
never
want it to get
liked-
soggy. I don't want it to get...
You're one of those healthy people. You never liked Cocoa Puffs or anything like that?
No, I like the sugary cereal. I enjoyed a good, like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch or things like that. I'm not opposed to those. There is a period, though, where I remember, like, this is the last time I really bought sugary cereals, because I remember getting a couple boxes, like, 10 years ago. I was like, oh, my God, fucking Lucky Charms. Hell yeah! It was like, I think we were, like, living in Modesto and stuff like that. And then you realize after you have about one bowl, you're like, oh, this one bowl's so fucking awesome. And you're, like, eating the living daylights of it, and you're like, guess what, I'm going to have a second bowl. You know why? Because I'm a fucking adult.
No other adult can stop me.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know why? The only other adult with me is doing the same thing. And then you kind of realize that, no, about one bowl is all you need, and then the rest... I mean, I think that box of Lucky Charms sat there for, like, months. It was like, after one bowl, you're like, that's it. That's why I think, like, the best ones are, like, you know those, like, little mini packs where there's, like, 12 of them that, like, your grandparents used to get, like, when you could show up at their house for, like, the weekend?
Or there was, like, be down in, like, a part of the breakfast buffet of the Comfort Inn.
Yep, exactly. Those ones, that's what you want, because that one size box of Lucky Charms will give you all the, like, everything you remember about Lucky Charms, but you won't be stuck with a big, huge box that you know you're never going to finish because you're like, oh, I can't eat that much.
I think I just found the biggest difference between me and you.
Why, by judging what type of cereal you ate as a child?
Well, over at Grocery Outlet, they got this off-brand s'more cereal. And basically, it's like Golden Grams, off-brand Golden Grams, off-brand, like, Cocoa Puffs with marshmallows.
Just all in one.
I could, if I really did not contain myself, I could eat that shit in one sitting.
Just the whole
Because
box.
I got that one time, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna have a second. You know, I'm gonna have a third. You know, I could finish this whole bag, but I probably shouldn't. So it lasted another day.
You showed some restraint.
Yeah, I showed some. You know, I didn't do the whole.
cereal-
I didn't do the whole kilo. You know, so.
Cereal's easy to finish. If you want to really pound some cereal, that doesn't take a whole lot of effort. You know what I mean? Like, that box tells you on it's like, it's got like 10 servings. Have you ever gotten 10 fucking servings out of that? It's like 3 bowls and you're done.
Yeah. Well, that's like Count Chocula. That shit. That's seasonal. That's gone. That's like, okay, Cocoa Puffs with marshmallows. Get the fuck out of the way. That is dead. That is gone.
Whenever I think about those cereals,
That thing is not seeing the next day.
there's Count Chocula and there's like Boo Berries and things like that. I remember being in 3rd grade, going like with this one buddy I knew back then, and like his dad was with us or whatever, and we're picking out cereal, and like I think he picked like a regular kind of cereal, or I think he said he's like, I'm gonna go pick some cereal. He's like, whatever you do, don't pick any of that fag cereal, like the chocolate, the Boo Berry. I don't want to see that in my house.
Boo Berry?
Like 3rd grade, like you're like a kid in the 3rd grade. You don't know, like
That's like one of those scarring moments
but
right
it
there.
was. I never forgot that.
Like you just imagine like that puts like this
Like,
initial fear.
You get
like,
some like Tony Tiger. He looks like he's got some like testosterone coming out. That Boo Berry thing.
I don't know.
That's Casper's fuck buddy.
He's on the other side of the glory hole of the haunted house.
Yeah, all those ghosts, they just gangbang that guy, and he's into it.
He looks chill. Look how Tony is. Like, hey guys, Boo Bear, man.
Bukkake all over my Boo Berries.
Bukkake, I like that. No, there's like
Bukkake. Count Chocula comes in.
he's the producer.
Yeah.
Frankenberry, I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
Frankenberry. I was like, what was the third
Frankenberry
one?
was that's the one. Like Boo Berry was blue. Frankenberry was like bright pink.
Yeah, Frankenberry almost seems gay, but for some reason Boo Berry comes across. It's like, I'm Boo
Boo Berry.
Berry.
I'm Boo. Hey Boo.
Hey, Count.
Oh, you hanging that Booberry again?
Fucking Booberry again. Maybe that's that dad probably judged kids by like what cereal they got. That was his way. He probably sat in the aisle and said, "Yeah, that kid's growing up to be a fag. Why is that? He's got fucking tricks."
Tony the Tiger, to me, always came across as he is like the single guy who wasn't married. Maybe he was divorced like some years back.
He's like your uncle.
Well, not your uncle, but like kind of like the guy who always coaches the little league team. Like everyone knows him. Like, oh hey Tony, how's it going?
He's just like, don't mention the divorce though. It was rough.
Don't mention divorce. He really took a toll on him. It wasn't great.
He needs these kids. He needs the kids. That's what brings him joy and happiness.
But that's the thing, though. He's like okay, yeah, we'll let him coach the little league game. Should we invite him to Thanksgiving? No,
don't invite him to Thanksgiving. Last time he showed up in basketball shorts. Basketball shorts. We were all dressed up in suits. What a fucking loser. Like, well, he is kind of poor, you know. He just works at the school part-time.
Yeah, like one of those things like, oh, well, I'll just be out in the old shed back there. Yeah, okay, Tony, don't worry. Well, yeah, Merry Christmas, all right? Merry Christmas. It's great.
He's the guy who drives around the neighborhood and waits till he can look through the window and sees that you're eating dinner, and then he runs up and knocks on the door and says, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" "Oh, well, you know, we're just sitting down for dinner." Oh. "Well, Tony, do you want to join?" "Well, you know, I might have some things going on, but Tony, get in here.
Since you offered,
you need to. Oh, I guess. And he just starts sitting there and just starts pouring fucking mashed potatoes on his plate like he hasn't eaten in days.
He's just carving up.
He's just like, no, he's just getting whatever he can. Like, it's like, this poor bastard hasn't had anything for a while. And
he just stays for a while, tries to be like a member of the family. "So you guys want to do this?" Like, "Tony, we really got to go to work tomorrow. But tell you what, we'll do this. I can't put a date on it, but we'll do it soon, okay?" Like, "Oh, that'll be great. It'll be great. Yeah, all right, man. I'll see you later." And then, like, I feel like years later, like, Tony's this guy.
Yeah, I gotta say this really quick. You know what's the sad thing? I literally know a guy named Tony who did that exact same thing. That story you just said right there, identical. Drive around the neighborhood until they're finally eating dinner and then come knock on the door.
Oh, boy. Sorry, Tony. But,
nice guy, though.
I'll say this, though. This is where they find out, like, years later, he had, like, fucking kitty porn on his laptop in his shed. Like, dude, what the fuck? No, I was like, maybe if only someone talked to him ahead of time before I led to this. What the fuck, you know?
Yeah, and then it's like he gets fired, and he's got to go do, like, he doesn't really go to jail. He's a tiger. They don't know what to do with him exactly, so they just
put him down. You don't have rights here.
Fucking right.
You're a fucking animal.
He was teaching our kids fucking sport. He was diddling them while he fucking taught them.
Like, he never did anything, but it was, like, in the back of his mind.
Yeah, it was just one of those ones, like, he just fell down that rabbit hole. It was just one of those dark nights. He came home, you know, he's like, "Oh, what do you got to eat tonight?" "Well, it looks like I got some off-brand white bread.
Wonder Bread.
Cup of Peter Pan peanut butter." "Well,
Peter Pan peanut butter."
"Well, grocery outlet was having a sale, so I thought I'd get 2. And, well, it was the last day that I had of the internet before it went, so one thing led to another. I buttered some bread at the Peter Pan, put it together."
"Want to take me to Wonderland?" Or Neverland.
I typed in Netherland and Wonderland, and the next thing you know, other stuff started appearing. So I said, "Well, what the hey?"
This far along.
And then I decided I should save it on my hard drive because I knew I didn't have the internet later.
I like the idea that it's like this laptop from like 1997.
Yeah, he's like, it actually was the laptop used by Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 1. I got a discount on it. They were really just gonna chuck it out. You know, fucking Paramount was saying they don't need this bullshit Tom Cruise stuff. This guy ain't gonna be around in years, so fucking get rid of it.
But then, like, it's one of those things where, like, it's in the middle of softball lessons. Like, "All right, Timmy, that's a great guy." No, Tommy, it's a great catch. Yeah. So out there, like, "Mr. Tiger," like, just some guys in suits come up, like, "Oh, can I help you?" Like, well, we need to have a talk for a minute right here. "Oh, what is it?" Like, "You need to check the contents of your laptop." Like, what do you mean?
No. Are you with the other team? You can't see the plays. You okay? This is confidential stuff.
Just like restrain him. What? No, muzzle him. You know, no.
Fucking, they get like the taser thing from like Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Like, bang!
And no kid jumps in to help him.
No.
Nobody jumps in to help him. Like, what are you doing? They just stop. They just all like.
You see like the Trix Rabbit looking, and he's like, "It's not just me. It's not just fucking me. It's not just me." Just like these kids just pay no attention to fucking Tony just getting massacred.
Like they're just watching. Like people are like maybe a little like off, like put off, and a little bit like bothered, but no one's like jumping in like, get off him. They're just like, one guy's like, I don't know what it is, but I saw it coming.
Yeah, this one fella's like, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. I can just tell by that guy. He just had that look at him.
Yeah, you know that look.
That looked like he was gonna have something wrong going.
I never let him into my house for dinner.
Yeah,
he tried. Oh, he tried.
We got a tiger-free home here. I like to keep it that way.
So I made my kid play the other team just to get that point across.
Yeah. It's hell not gonna let that Trix Rabbit near me.
Like, how can you respect someone who's just bullied by a bunch of children?
Well, see, as a kid, those commercials bothered me so much that I never ate Trix because of that. Because I'm like, fuck those kids. Those kids should be grateful this rabbit's making them fucking cereal, and they're just taking it from them and telling them that
Why does the rabbit want fruit, though? Not a carrot.
You know that rabbits don't just eat carrots.
I'm just saying in the context.
You know, that's like a stereotype.
I know it's a stereotype. I know. Do they frequently eat fruit, though? I'm sure.
That's like a horrible slave owner getting a black guy and just feeding him watermelon.
Okay, for all the rabbit listeners, I'm really fucking sorry.
And be like,
hope you don't hear this with your big fucking ears. Oh, shit. There's another stereotype. Oh, did you end up in Albuquerque? Oh, no. There's a third. Fuck.
It's just one of those ones. Like, there's just some slave guy. Like, what? You can't just feed him watermelon all the time? I thought that's what they eat. Like, he just thinks he knows better.
I'm just saying, cartoon history has proven they like I'll throw another one in there. Cabbage, radishes, and carrots. So I'm just surprised they landed on, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe, they thought, oh, it's a bunny, it's cute, or
See,
whatever.
maybe he's the one, he's like, here's a trick where he comes up there and he's like, dude, I found something. That's like, you're not gonna fucking believe. You're not gonna want to fucking eat vegetables anymore, man. Fucking fruits. Fruits, man. Full of sugar. Fucking get you high, man.
It's the raw shit.
It's the raw shit. You know what I mean? You know who has fruits? Kids. Kids got the fruits, man.
They got them. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it was, what was
and
it?
he's gonna get, like, the Smacks, like, toad guy who's got, like, the fucking, like, 5 o'clock shadow, like, he has been out doing drugs all night long. And he's got to, she's got to show back up for the promo picture, like, the next day.
He always, even talked, like, you know, if you pulled that, like, turtleneck down, I wouldn't be at least a bit surprised if you saw a hole in his neck.
Yes, I'm like smoking him for years.
Hey, Smacks, man, come
Smacks,
on.
man.
You want your Smacks? Yeah.
Like, Mr. Smack, I mean, I hate to say, could you at least kind of, like, clean up a bit? You know, shave? I mean, you're selling to children is what I'm saying. You're selling to children.
I think I could have sworn I seen the Smacks frog somewhere in Financial District, just like,
Yeah, man, come on, you know, Smacks, man.
Smack, man. You look like a Smack's kid. I'm not really a kid. You look like a kid to me.
some cop, like, comes by shooting mom, I'm like, oh, I put a little bit.
Yo, fuck you, pig, fuck you, fuck you.
Starts running down the street. Like, the cop's like, yeah, I just don't, it's just not worth it.
I don't trust no cops. I got raped by a cop once, wow.
I literally had a homeless guy yell at me one time, like,
I don't trust no cop. Cop raped me once, man.
I'm not making that shit up, I swear.
I wonder, did you say, was it good for you as it was for him? I mean, really, you never want to, like, with hobos, you never want to, like, lead them on their conversations. The second that you show some form of interest, that's
like,
I got him.
They're like, I got him. I'm going to take you back to my smack cave.
well, that's the second you show any interest or you give them any leeway. That's why the shitty thing is...
There's a song in the background that just plays like, you got a friend in me.
In his head, like, we're immediately best friends now.
Yeah.
But if I break eye contact, then he says, like, oh no, I'm invisible to him. I gotta get his attention back, you know. Big old titties, smack my titties, wow! You know, just start saying random shit.
Yeah.
No, but like he would like. I'm just saying like that's the thing about a lot of homeless, like the crazy homeless guys is that it's like a double-edged sword because the thing is the second you like acknowledge them and like talk like oh right on man cool they're not going anywhere they're staying right there. But the thing is when you ignore them for that long, a lot of the people that do act all crazy, that becomes like they're like, it gets from being ignored because they're just almost trying to be more outlandish just to try and get someone's attention.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. The more you know.
The more you know about Holmes, people.
Yeah.
Cereal brands. And poor Tony the Tiger.
Poor Tony
What kind of job does Tony get after he's back? Let's say he didn't get put down. He did community service for 3 years. He's labeled a sex offender.
They move him to a different town first off. Like
they move him. He goes to just a single or like a double wide mobile home.
He's probably first off, he's probably at a halfway house for starters.
He's at the halfway. Let's say he's got to his regular house now. Now he's
He's out of the halfway house.
Brace.
He's out of the halfway house.
So he can't leave the house. Well, he can't leave his property
unless it's for work.
Yeah, unless it's for work. But he gets picked up by a special van. But what's it? Where's he?
I imagine he's bagging groceries.
He's bagging groceries.
Bagging groceries. I imagine it like it's like Shawshank Redemption, where it's just like where the old man's just like, I'm scared of the world out there today, and I take shit from like some 30-year-old prick who don't know nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I one day wish that Jake would come by, his bird would come by and say hi, but it hasn't happened yet. He's like, I'm tired of being afraid anymore. You just see him hang. So one day they just go into like the halfway home. They're just sketched into the beams like Tony was here.
Well, there's probably one day that just like this was the breakdown moment. He was bagging groceries. He's putting the carrots in, he's putting the meat in, he's putting the milk, and all of a sudden this Frosted Flakes come by, and there's some other fucking tiger on it. It's not even a tiger anymore. It's now like a panda or something like that. And he looks at it, and he fucking crushes the box off his big meaty paws in his hands and rips it, and everybody's flipping out like, what the fuck, Tony? Tony, you got this fucking job. You gotta fucking calm down. If you don't fucking calm down, you're going right back there. You're going right back there to buttfuck central, and that's where you're gonna be.
That's where he just it unleashes. He just his teeth for the first time in over 40 years literally come out. Just bites the guy in the side of the neck, just slams him against the aisle. That aisle knocks over. Like, the guy isn't dead.
It literally just starts knocking aisles
all
over.
the aisles over.
Effects. It's like taking people out.
Yeah. Like, no one was killed, but, like, some people definitely really hurt. He's like,
He runs outside. He, punches a window out, rips an old lady out, fucking grand thefts, and starts getting out of here. Because this is all he knows now, is just to escape.
And now it's like this begins his life as just being just kind of like a drug addict on the street because, sneak grabbing food while he can, like scaring kids, And
then one day some kid's like, he's like, why aren't you fucking scared? Why aren't you scared? He's like, didn't you used to be Tony the Tiger? And he's like, I don't know that guy. Nobody knows him. He's a fucking dead guy. No, I think you're Tony the Tiger.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about! Get the fuck out of my face or I'll eat you raw, you little shit!
That guy's fucking dead! No, you're Tony the Tiger, and I want you to represent who you are, because you know what? You're the guy who inspired me!
And that's where he just he
has that moment where he breaks down, and it's like, this is his only friend now.
Not even the kid, that it's his only friend for a moment. Then all of a sudden, he just breaks down crying, not even grabbing the kid, just crying, on face down in the cement. Then a mom comes by, Jimmy, leave him alone. Just walk away. Wait, no! And then, he later dies.
She fucking maces him as he goes away. He's like, oh, my fucking eye!
Covers his face, running through traffic, gets hit by a car. That's the end of Tony.
And then it just goes to that Bruce Springsteen song. Have you ever seen a one-trick pony?
Tiger, you seen me. Have you ever seen a one-legged tiger? You seen me. Singing, that's great. You seen me. I got nothing for this.
But, yeah, poor Tony the Tiger. See, the other thing, too, is, this is what about me. Going back to the fucking 12-pack of cereal that you would get...
Oh, my fucking... Okay, go ahead.
No, you get me here. Get me here. You go back to the 12-pack of cereal that you get when you go to your grandparents' house when you're a kid, because, they always knew you liked that stuff. Why is there always, 3 fucking boxes of Frosted Flakes in there? You know what I mean? Everything else has, 1 box. Maybe Corn Flakes has 2, but you're like... Frosted Flakes is really not even that great of a cereal. Compared to everything else, that's my least favorite cereal.
Maybe it's a little cheaper to make than the other ones.
It must have been, because you get maybe 1 Lucky Charms, 1 Honey Nut Cheerios, 1... What else was General Mills?
Trix?
I don't think. Well, I don't think Trix would ever come in.
Corn
those ones.
Pops.
Yeah, you'd always get Corn Pops because they had to have old people like cereal. Even though Corn Pops are pretty good though.
I remember I tried them again. They don't hold up to me like when I was a kid. But I remember the commercials were just like kids or like just had fucking mental issues. Just kind of like. He's coming for my pops. He's coming for my pops. Like, you know, it's like he's a fucking crack fiend or something like that. Like, if Jason comes in, he's gonna call my pops. I'm not gonna see my pops again. He's gotta have my pops.
Yeah, Corn Pops was one. Like in the '90s, they were really trying to push it on us, and I think every kid knew that like, no, this is like Grandpappy cereal. You know what I mean?
That and Kix.
Yeah, Kix is Kix is like the kid cereal that they try pushing you. And as a kid, like maybe it's just a '90s kid mentality, but you know like the reverse psychology of that like it's fucking for me. Fuck that shit. I need some adult cereal. Where's the fucking shredded wheat at? You know what I mean?
I remember Donald Glover.
I don't want the little shredded wheat. I want the big fucking one that looks like you could choke on it and die.
Donald Glover had like a fantastic bits on like Trix and like his parents buying
Trix
cereal.
or Kix?
Not Trix. I mean Kix. And he was saying like Kix. He says like our mom would not let us have any sugary cereal, and so one time she'd always get us Kix, and Kix was like one of those things like it's kind of like the hand job of the cereal. It's kind of like this ain't bad, but come on, you know what I really want. And he goes on. He says like one time his brother buckled down. He was like, "Mom, please get us Captain Crunch. Get us Captain Crunch. We gotta have Captain Crunch." And she's like, fine. She buckled down, poured just a little bit of Captain Crunch into a bag of Kix, mixed it all up. And he's just like, oh, I started crying, like eating the cereal. You fucking bitch! Like crying and eating the cereal.
You know, I'm gonna say this though. Kix is actually pretty fucking good.
I've never had Kix, actually.
You never had Kix before? I kid you not. The commercials turned me off as a kid, but when I actually like taste it, you're like, that's pretty good.
Do you have any?
No, I don't
I don't
have
fucking
Kix. I haven't
care.
had fucking Kix for like... I probably had like 2 boxes in my entire life. I haven't had one for
Have
like
Kix
15
in the middle
years.
of this podcast.
No. The only cereal I've been buying, I was buying like Wheaties because I like had that forever, and it's like, this is fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's like Michael Phelps just like, was like put up to a machine, and they just like soaked out like his blood and semen and like wrapped it all in one like hearty Wheatie cereal.
Here, Phelps. Just cut your wrist and then jerk off into the cereal.
Exactly. That's like what it was. It's like, oh, this is so amazing.
Like, I just imagine like Michael Phelps, like just upside down, like plugged into like with like get over here, blood bag, like Mad Max.
Yeah, exactly. Tie him up.
Going into like a Wheaties box.
I don't know what it is. It's like, you know, I don't have a whole lot of cereal, but when I do, there's certain ones I do like. I don't know. There's something lazy about cereal. I'll say this. I was thinking about this the other day because I was walking the dogs. And I was thinking about the food that dogs eat. You know what I mean? They just have this big fat bag that's literally like everything that they need to survive is it. Well, I mean, I don't know how well this always is for them. I question that half the time. But could you imagine, picture like, you know, what's the most human equivalent to dog food? Cereal.
Yeah, I mean they all looks the same too.
You know what I mean? If they made a scientific like space cereal, like approved for NASA like missions, that's how I was picturing like that stuff. And it had protein in it that you needed. It had carbs. It had vitamins, fiber, fat, everything you needed, minerals, blah, 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 and it's all in one compacted thing. You just pour some milk over it, and you eat that. I could probably live on that if that was the case. If they just had it where it's like, this is all you need.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I haven't really. You're much more of a health nut than I am, so you can probably tell me.
I'm
yes
just
or no,
lazy.
but, well, I'm going to say, I would imagine if you probably went looking in the right supplement place, there probably would be some kind of like weird some kind of bar of some kind that just gives you everything you need, like MREs. You know, you could probably find some
Military rations.
Yeah, I imagine some of those probably have everything you need right there.
Yeah.
Like not like a. I don't mean just like where it's just like, oh, full to Beck, it's spaghetti and like in a protein bar. I mean like that. We had a friend who would literally buy like just packs of MREs for whatever reason. MRIs, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I imagine there'd be something by this point where you could just like, oh, here's a bunch of like these bars. Just this is enough to survive off of.
You know,
nutrient wise.
I mean, you probably can, but it's like it feels like it hasn't been developed like perfect, where it's like you could actually eat it and it's totally fine. Because all those things like that, you generally wouldn't want to like live on that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's kind of like protein bars. I always have kind of like mixed feelings about protein bars. Like, are they really? You know, I really sometimes feel like, you know, they probably aren't. They're probably just enriched candy bars at the end of the day.
Well, I know my main thing was not even so much, I gotta be healthy. It's just I'm gonna eat this just to hold me over, and it's not a candy bar. Like I remember when I'd be going to like taking long trips to Oregon, so I wouldn't have to stop that much. I would like just grab like 2 energy drinks, a water, and then like 3 or 4 like protein bars to eat along the way, so I don't have to stop for lunch or nothing like that.
And I mean, I do that every once in a while. I'll get them and have them like, just for like that kind of reason alone. It's just like it's something that you can eat. It'll hold you over, and you hopefully hope you're like, it looks like I'm getting somewhat nutrients. But I always kind of do question it, like is this thing good? You know what I mean? Like I just wish there was. Like I'm one of those kind of people. This sounds weird. If somebody said, hey, here's this bag of protein bars. This is all you need to eat. You'll be 100% healthy. You'll have no side effects. No blah 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 blah. I'd be almost kind of fine with that. I'm one of those people like I don't need like constant variety and things like that. I like the idea of simplification.
I wonder if we'll reach that point where it's just kind of like, here's your life food. This will keep you alive no matter what. This is your healthy food. Then people like, yo man, check this shit out. What is it? Macaroni and cheese. That's the devil's food. That kills you. Like it almost become this thing. Like you can't eat that kind of like things with calories or just have bad shit in it just because like that'll fucking kill you, dude. Like it's one of those things like that'll kill you like immediately. One of those kind of things.
I feel like it's going to get farther and farther at that point because it seems like more and more like all the bad food's kind of getting wiped out and it's kind of getting pushed away. It's still there.
I don't think it's going to happen immediately because that makes way too much money and it's made way too cheaply. So they're not going to stop that anytime soon. But I can see that maybe eventually, like this maybe renaissance of just second wave of just junk food coming back. Like, oh, look at this shit. Like it's like this. Here's the thing you're not supposed to do.
It's like when Whole Foods becomes like the only kind of grocery stores you can go to.
Or I don't even think that's going to happen. I think like Safeway is going to turn into another Whole Foods or that kind of shit.
Well, because a lot of those stores are kind of going that route anyways.
Even like shit, even like fucking like all our little redneck mountain towns, they have like, an organic section now.
Yeah, so what's kind of funny because it's like you think about like, oh, it's a redneck mountain town. It's like, that's actually where all the organic stuff comes from.
Yeah,
that's always the thing that makes me laugh. It's like the more kind of probably like cowboy rednecky places, the probably more organic stuff they're gonna have.
Well, I'm just thinking in the context of what people assume what the town would be like. Well, I mean, granted, I wonder. I mean, every time I go into Walmart here, I immediately just like, fuck, I hate myself for doing this shit. But at the same time, though, I want to wander in there. Like, do they have an organic section just to see?
I bet you they do. I bet you they do. Sounds just to sell it. But I kid you not, I'm like that kind of person. Like, if there was a protein drink that you could just drink this and that was all you needed to survive,
you're totally fine with just
I love
Jetsons.
like some people don't like. Yeah, some people don't like protein drinks. They're like, oh, I just don't really like protein. I'm like, dude, I love protein. I could fucking drink those all day long. If that was all I needed to survive. Throw some milk in there with it, some fucking eggs.
Food Network's gonna get very fucking boring.
I know. Like, okay, so
it's already pretty fucking boring.
We're gonna mix protein. I could make a lot of protein drinks. So I've made a lot of protein drinks throughout my life. I have enough protein drinks that I could start a show.
Guy Fieri here.
I got 30 plus like drinks that I can think of at the top of my head, probably.
Guy Fieri here. We're doing our brand new protein drink show. I have my chili barbecue peanut butter protein drink, man. Check this shit out.
See, because I've like mastered the way to make protein drinks taste good with water, make protein drinks taste good. Well, milk's easy, but I've mixed them with half and half. I've mixed them with.
So you're just the Rachel Ray of protein drinks.
A lot of times I look in the fridge and I just go, "There's an horchata in there. I bet you that'll make a fucking good protein shake." Oh, dude, that one was so fucking awesome. I put horchata in. I put vanilla protein. Oh, fuck, so good.
I think you just got hard.
I did. Just made me happy. Made me happy thinking about it. I mean, it was definitely kind of sugary, but like that's the thing. Is like I like the simplicity of super. Like if they made peanut butter and crackers that like fulfilled all your like nutrient needs, I would be set. You know what I mean? Like whenever they show those like post-apocalyptic movies, they're like, all we have here is these biscuits that we can eat, and these biscuits have everything we need, but fuck these biscuits. I'd be like, dude, fucking biscuits.
I think everybody just gets tired of eating the same thing every day.
Give me a peanut butter, and I'll whip it on this biscuit. It'll be amazing.
I think that's just the thing. They're just eating that every day.
Well, yeah, they're eating that every day. I mean, I get that.
People like probably even not just flavor. People like texture and different like feeling when they eat.
Yeah,
food.
I'm not saying I don't like different types of food, but like I like the idea of being able to make stuff as easy as possible. Streamlined is what I'm calling.
And I like to reach that point where it's going to be an hour to cook and clean up when I get home from work. So
but that's the thing, though. I think that's why like a lot of times I don't always like cooking because it's like. To cook a good meal is pretty much about an instant 1 hour between cooking it, cleaning up, and preparing and all that stuff and eating it. That's at least 1 hour. That's why I always say when people say, oh, it's actually cheaper to eat in. It's like, no, it's not. Because it's going to cost you, the ingredients are going to be cheaper, but then you're going to put it in 1 hour of your time in, so that's at least $10+ worth of your time. So you've technically spent like $20 on a meal. It's weird to think about, but that's kind of what it is. Protein drinks are great because you can make it in fucking like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, there are all those days where I just get home like, fuck cooking today. I just grab a handful of like cashews and then like a banana and then like, oh, here's some carrots. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, see, that's good. That works. Like I said, like I grab my Count Chocula and I go in my room.
Those days have happened too.
And I
I'm not
lay
above
down with
that.
my shirt off and I pour the Count Chocula in the crevice of my chest.
That hasn't happened yet.
And then I
make no
take
promises
one of
that
those
won't.
big straws out, like those milkshake sized ones, and I just lay it there and set pieces in.
I just light some scented candles. I don't know why. It just helps.
And I put on flute music in the background.
Flute music. I was gonna just say something more random like Oingo Bang Boingo or some shit like that.
Something weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, cereal, space food. See, dogs get space food. How the hell do they get? I was kind of wondering though. Like, do you ever think about
How
dogs?
many people? All right. What's probably one of the most, just off the top of your head, what's probably one of the most fast-selling processed foods?
For dogs?
People.
Fast foods?
Processed, name it. Just a processed like food. It's quick to make.
Mac and cheese?
I was just thinking that same thing. Think of how many people would rather eat that than just being like, well, it tastes like hay, but it's healthy. Think about that. Just think about the most people that kind of go shopping at Walmart for that.
Well, that's true. We all do. People that don't care, like, I don't care how I look and feel. The government's going to pay for me anyways.
And I'm not going to sit here and like talk like I'm above like eating junk food. I'm totally not above eating junk food. I'm not that I don't feel proud about it, but right now, I kind of got it. We didn't do it on the show, but at the Comic-Con episode, I saw these Mountain Dews called Dew SA. And I was like, oh my god.
Patriotic.
It's Memorial Day. I got to show this to Spencer and Laura. And we'd be out there all day, and I bought 3 of them. They're $1 each. They're like, it was actually 3 for like $1 or some shit like that. Anyway, so I bring these things, and I'm just like, dude, check this shit out. And Spencer and I, almost just kind of like jokingly, like, oh, fuck it, whatever. Okay, we both drink them. Mm-hmm. Laura did not fucking touch it. So I don't blame her at all. And then we come in, it's kind of late, like, we gotta do this podcast. So we got that Mountain Dew shit still. Like, oh, that might kind of wake me up. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm above drinking or eating.
Yeah, these fucking assholes out here buying their processed food. Like gurgling your Mountain Dew.
This is more of a for the sake of just kind of waking up. You notice, no visual aid here, folks, but I'm just kind of lightly sipping it just to get a little bit of caffeine here.
Wake me up for your Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. I'm gonna.
I remember seeing like every so often you just see one of those shirts like they think they're being clever. Like it looks like the Mountain Dew logo, but it says Mount and Dew Me.
Oh yeah.
And it's always like
worn by like some like 11-year-old.
Not even that. Just like it's either 11-year-old or like some unfuckable guy in his late 20s wearing a flat bill hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like cargo shorts.
He's the guy who's like the friend of the guy who's actually decent looking.
Yeah,
like
that. Yeah.
He kind of just he's hung out from like his entire life, so he doesn't have anywhere else to go really. He tries to emulate him, it just doesn't really work out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, that's probably a good place to wrap all this fun stuff up at. Actually, we're trying to get
we went places here.
Places. Well,
I'm not saying I'm proud of
Tony
any of
didn't
them.
go places.
Round up in the grill of a car. That's where he wound up. Or most cats end up.
Exactly. It was fate.
Yeah.
Apparently. That's the thing. Just Frosted Flakes. I just don't think it's that great of a cereal. I never really cared for it that much. I'm not gonna say I hated it, but it was just one of those ones. It was like, you want to buy a cereal that I'm really not gonna look forward to? Get some Frosted Flakes.
I'll keep that in mind next time we're going camping or something like that.
Oh, I hate camping. Don't get me started. I love telling people I hate camping. That's something
I'm
I
surprised you of all people hate
It's
camping.
so funny because most people nobody hates camping. Nobody hates camping. So I love to. Okay, Laura hates camping too, but it's just one of those ones like I love telling people like I fucking hate camping.
2 names to scratch off that list. Okay.
It's just funny because everybody goes like, "What? You hate camping?"
You talk about how much you like that Nick Nolte movie all about camping.
Well, yeah, because I'm not
Redford.
camping. I'm in the movie theater. Here, that's a completely different. That's different. That's hiking. Hiking's different. I'm gonna put hiking in a different category. But the thing about camping, I don't know what it is. I find camping so fucking boring. I don't want to sit on the dirt in a fucking tent next to a fire. You know what I mean? Like, with nothing to do, you know what I mean, where I got to bring my Game Boy to entertain myself, and it's here's the thing.
If you're like a delinquent like me that actually enjoyed alcohol, then and like
I think that's true. It's like I think that's why a lot of people like camping. I think to me it's like I'll say during the daytime it's mostly fine. Like maybe you go on the lake, maybe you do a little hiking or anything like that. The second that the fucking sun goes down, it's just boring as fuck because you're so used to staying up till like 11 o'clock plus at night, and now it's like 6 and it's dark. And like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to bed? No, I'm not gonna go to bed. I don't have a fucking TV. I can't go to sleep without TV.
I'm not talking about like. Keep in mind when I say this, I'm not talking about like blaring it loud for the whole fucking force is here. But I'm like, bring like a small little boombox, play like some music with you and your friends. Just sit around the fire, have some drinks, bullshit, laugh. That's kind of what I like.
You can do it at home.
Yeah,
well, and I think that's the thing too. Is like from living out in the woods most of my entire life.
If no one heard it, Laura said you can do that shit at home.
See, and this is how I feel. Like, by living out in the woods mostly my entire life, I think that's why I look. It's like, why the fuck? I'm like, I go camping every fucking day, but guess what? I gotta go back into my house, and I can play my fucking video games and watch TV. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like that bad kid that's like, where they're like, okay, you know, Spencer, you gotta go out camping, and you can't take your Game Boy, and you can't do this. Fuck that shit. I remember like when we had
I'm not saying you can't bring your Game Boy.
We had an 8th grade trip where we went to Yosemite for like a week or something like that, and they were telling us, like on the bus, they're like, no, you can't take your CD Walkmans and your Game Boys into the tent. Me and RJ are like, fuck that shit. We're gonna take that, so we're gonna smuggle it in there. We're gonna be fucking listening to Metallica while they're all trying to sleep. We will be sleeping. Fucking, I have my Game Boy Color out there with the fucking light and everything, so I can still play it.
I guess since when you live this deep in the woods and you just kind of like, oh, walking outside, it's like, oh,
yeah, it's like one of those ones like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just over time.
Half my life I lived in the city, so maybe that's part of the reason.
And then that's part of the reason why a lot of people enjoy camping. I just find it boring as fuck. I can't think of anything else I like find like more like I'm not having fun. It's just one of those ones. My only way I would really go camping is if I was on like a hiking trip, and we, you know, at the end of the day, you had to, you know, you're like, okay, we're, you know, stop here for the night. Well, because yeah, you've been walking for 14 hours. You'll probably want to go to sleep instantly, so that'll work out.
I don't know. All right, let me put it to you in terms you might understand. In Final Fantasy 15, when you stop to the campsites and you're just kind of relaxing, doesn't that look kind of fun? Don't they look like they're having a good time?
No, I was always training while that was going on.
Oh.
I was doing the thing where it's like, okay, now you got to take on your 2 buddies to advance. That was the only reason I went camping. Other than that, though, we went to a fucking hotel where we got some TV and chess.
Hotels are expensive. I used to go to little like RVs.
Oh yeah, the RV. Well, it's like the.
Oh yeah,
that is sort of the hotel of the game, but
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like I never really cared for camping. I feel like I feel like I'm wasting my time.
We were so close to closing this out. Too.
We were so close, and you put me on this like tangent that like I don't know. I feel like
you could have just said not for me.
It's not for me, but it's more than that though. It's something that's been bottled up and building, and that's just like I don't fucking like camping, man. Don't fucking do it.
Woody Allen.
Just don't fucking. I need a city.
What if a bear tries to fuck me?
You never know. It might just happen. I don't know. Maybe he smells me. Maybe he thinks I'm hot. I don't know.
Maybe he thinks I'm on a period. He just comes and attacks me. I don't know. I cut my finger. It's gonna smell the blood. It knows.
I remember one. This is kind of. Man, we're going on fucking tangents, but this is kind of funny.
Ready this far? Go ahead.
Okay, there was one of those Boy Scout camps where like we were out camping. I know exactly.
Go on.
So we had the camp on we had our tent like literally on the edge of everybody else known to mankind. We were touching the woods, and they always had bear problems there and everything like that. And they did the thing where they're like, okay, in the middle of or at nighttime, you gotta take all your like food and toothpaste and everything like that and put it in a bag and pull it up into the tree so the bears can't get it. Fuck that shit, man. We needed snacks and we were fucking kids. We're like fucking Cheez-Its and our Game Boys and stuff. So we had
that badge.
So we had them all like smuggled in, and it's like if anybody was gonna get attacked by the bear, it was totally us because we had snacks galore, and we didn't do anything about it.
Would you really want a bear who's like, oh fuck people, go the other way, or a bear sometimes not care, like, oh fuck it, I'll eat it anyway.
I think so. I think they might go.
Black
hey.
bears. I mean, a grizzly won't give two fucks.
Yeah, we don't have grizzlies.
I know. I'm just saying, a grizzly wouldn't give a fuck, but a black bear, that would be like, I'm not fucking with that shit.
Black bears are pretty scared. I think that whenever anybody tells me like they're scared of black bears, it's kind of like. Really, I mean, like unless you're like trying to like prod him and poke him, like that's the only way it's gonna attack you.
Unless you're like fucking with its cub, then it's gonna,
yeah. It's like black bears are pretty like docile and scared, you know. Mm-hmm. The littlest dog can chase away a black bear.
Yeah,
but Yeah. Fuck camping. Give me some space food. Let me enjoy the future where robots take care of me, goddammit. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
It's my America. Robot America.
Robot America.
Yeah.
Building too.
Space food.
Space food. I got nothing. I'm just like, well, he's.
You're just like, do the do.
That's what happens. You drink too much of this shit. You just kind of like the Manchurian Candidate. I need to do some more do.
But yeah. Well, till then, check out oldmanorange.com for more podcasts, cartoons, music, and more. Check out Pizza Boys on both Amazon and Comixology. Read that book, rate it, review it, do all the fun stuff there. Till then, I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
We'll see you some other time.
Later, folks.
Thanks for listening to the Old Man Orange podcast. Check out our website at oldmanorange.com for even more podcasts, cartoons, videos, music, and more. Send us an email at oldmanorangepodcast@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, rate, and review us on iTunes, Podomatic, or any of the other fine sites we might be located on. And if you want to help out even more, click on the Amazon or GameStop links on our webpage before you make any purchases there. Won't cost you a penny, but it sends us a little something our way. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to Old Man Orange.